Hi, this is Tim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, I want you to do this with me. Let's do this together. Would you be my running mate and let's get this thing on the road?
I would be honored, Madam Vice President.
Good evening. The Democratic ticket is now set. Governor Tim Walz will join Vice President Kamala Harris in her bid for president. We're taking a live look right now as Harris and Walz are appearing for the first time together. This is at a rally in Philadelphia, and they're kicking off several days of campaign events around the country. We do welcome you to WKYT News at 6. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Amber Philpott. The official announcement came from the Harris campaign this afternoon, but for weeks, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear was rumored to be a top contender for Harris's running mate.
This speculation brought him a lot of national attention and a larger platform, but now the so-called Veep stakes are over. So what is next for Governor Beshear?
WKYT's Jessica Umbro talked with experts about his political future in the bluegrass and possibly beyond. It is our top story at 6.
Even before this entire process, it was clear that he wanted to have a national aspiration, and he got it with this vetting process. He could still be in the spotlight, and then when the moment is right, perhaps launch his own bid for the presidency.
Governor Andy Beshear may not have been picked to be Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate, but that doesn't mean he will necessarily be off of the campaign trail entirely.
It would not be surprising to me that he isn't contender for a cabinet position, or if there's even something that they discuss about possibly down the road running in 2028 or 2032. It's hard to stay a bright, shining light in your state on a national scale for that long. He's got to do something to keep his name sort of being relevant if that's what he wants to do.
Two of Kentucky's state parties released statements about the announcement of Governor Walz as Kamala Harris's running mate, with Kentucky Democrats saying in part, quote, Governor Walz will be an exceptional running mate and an invaluable partner to Vice President Kamala Harris as she finishes the job that President Biden started. The Kentucky Republican Party said in part, quote, the thought of Andy Beshear on the national ticket was more than likely too much of a liability for the Harris camp to stomach. As for Kamala Harris, she did not go with Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro either, and Pennsylvania will be a key state for both Democrats and Republicans to clinch this November.
She's going to have to do a little bit of work in Pennsylvania to keep the momentum going and to be successful there.
Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
Governor Andy Beshear released a statement following Vice President Kamala Harris's announcement of her VP pick. Beshear said in part, quote, Kentucky is in my DNA. I love my job and my family, and we are right where we are supposed to be, end quote. He adds that he is focused on maintaining the positive momentum Kentucky has recently achieved, stating that we are working hard to ensure that we continue this incredible momentum as we build a better future for every single Kentuckian. Those are Andy Beshear's words tonight. New at 6, Congressman Andy Barr releasing a statement in response to Kamala Harris's selecting Tim Walz as her running mate. Barr criticized the choice, stating, quote, Kamala Harris has selected Tim Walz as her running mate, creating the most extreme left-wing ticket in American history, end quote. He argues that Harris and Walz's agenda represents a massive expansion of government control, higher taxes, open borders, and a socialist overhaul of our economy, and calls for opposition to their policies to protect American values.